how we started in our relationship wasn't ideal, right? It was like something out of history books, like there was a long journey and travels across water and a connection that was forced, but now we're making our way through it, and that's great. But uh, first, let me tell you, I'm grateful for how you've embraced me and what my family brings. We bring culture and we bring dance and we bring jazz and we bring history and we bring food and we bring joy. And I'm glad that you and your family are enjoying that. But I need to be loved more. I need to be embraced more fully. Like, I want you to love all of me and connect with all of me, which means including me everywhere. Like, including me when you make decisions, the hard decisions, the hard decisions like what song we sing at celebrations and events. Some of the time we sing your songs, but there are times I want to sing my songs. Um, there are times that you want to have my foods from my family, and I don't mind sharing those with you. But there are other times when I'm at school or when our children are being raised that I want my hairstyle to not be told is ugly or wrong. And and I want your help in making sure that our children are safe. And when you listen to my music and our music and my family's music, and they've shared all of that with you, they've taught you how to sing like us and how to dance like us, and we all dance and have a good time together. But I'd also love it if I was accepted into your family celebrations too, in the way that I celebrate, so that we can celebrate together. And I just don't feel comfortable doing that all the time. And there's also how we worship. Like, you have a deity that you believe in, I have deities that I believe in, but I don't feel as comfortable in your space of worship that I think my family has tried to make you comfortable. So I would like to be able to bring my expression, my full self, to your family and share that with you and it not be titled as bad or wrong. I'd also like to be able to enjoy the same thing that you and your families does. Like, I'd like to be able to have an opportunity to be my full self, be my whole self when we go to places that you work and not feel like I'm an outsider. I'd like to be able to have our children start at the same place spiritually, emotionally, physically, without fear. I'd like to be able to have political discussions and be included in those discussions, even though our opinions are different. As part of a family, we know that it takes all of us to be a consistent unit. And there are just times when I feel like even what your family votes for is against what my family votes for and pushes them back into a place that's hurtful and harmful for us and just continues to make us feel more trauma than what we did when we first began here. So I don't know if I'm breaking up with you, but I know I want things to change. And I'm giving us this month to reflect and see what we want to do together, because without greater understanding, without both of us making forward steps, I don't see this working out. And you may say, well, just leave, just go back home, just go back to your family. That that would be an option, but I've invested a lot of time here to live here and work here and grow my own household here, and I shouldn't have to leave. So that's not an option. But I do want to include you, and I do want us to continue our relationship. I just need things to change. And maybe you need things to change too, and I'm willing to listen to that. But I think we have to have some point where we have that open dialogue. So I'm making an attempt. Can you please reach out to me and let me know, or talk to somebody else in my family, and just let's start this conversation again. Let's be kind to each other. Let's lean more into how we can love each other, and now we don't have to separate each other. I just hope that this makes sense to you, and I hope that this conversation is a pathway forward. That's what I want. And I I really want us to change. So thank you for listening, and I hope next month we could start from a different place, because our families are intertwined now, and they're not going to stop being intertwined. It's only going to get bigger, and I want our starting point, this new starting point, to be totally different than the first starting point. I hope that helps, and thank you for listening, and thank you for hearing how the past has impacted me. And I'd like to hear how the past has impacted you too. And that way we can move forward. So thank you, and let's hug it out, and let's start over March 1st. Let's start over. All right. Give me a hug.